What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Does Boxing. We're back again with another one. We got this weekend recap for you guys. We're going to cover the fight week, the results and all that good stuff. Then we got some news and notes we're going to get into for the week for last week. So, a lot of stuff to get to. A lot of stuff to get to. We had a solid week of boxing, but, it kind of slowed down the last couple of weeks in May. And definitely June going to be crazy, but we'll get to all of that as well. Before I do, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Much appreciated. Salute to everybody coming through. Hit that like button when you come through. If you have social media, if you want to follow me on there and scrolling across the bottom, feel free to tap in for sure. Just Dude, what's good with you, bro? Apple LD in the building, what's good? Salute. Yes, sir. JC, Bodywork Boxing, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. All right, so we're gonna do this little recap, man. We're gonna get into some notes, news. So this card right here was Thursday night on the Zone. So it was a little small show in Hollywood, California. Johnny Mansour, he improves to 5-0. He's an up and coming prospect. He's with Overtime. You know, okay performance. Nothing too crazy. He went the 6th round distance and got a victory. So that's what's up. So the main fight on this card, though, was actually the co-main, Vic Pasillas versus Carlos Jackson. So these guys are kind of like French contenders at 122, 126, right? Vic Pasillas, he's been around for a while. Actually was the favorite coming in. Carlos Jackson is a good fighter, but he haven't fought this type of level. And when he did, he had like so-so performances. Vic Pasillas dominated this fight, you know what I'm saying? This was an 8-rounder. He dominated like the first 6, 7 rounds. I mean, it was kind of easy money, and then he ended up finishing him in the 7th round. He hit him with a body shot. Well, he dropped him before that, and then he was able to stop Carlos Jackson to the body. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see if this fight can lead to something bigger for Vic Pasillas, because it only takes one fight. You know what I'm saying? And then when you fighting on certain platforms, you may get that call. It may be even for some up and coming guys at 26, 122. So you never know. So you never know who's watching, because they'll call you for a big opportunity. So that's what it was. This was Thursday night on the Zone. So if you guys missed it, if you want to go back, feel free to tap in. Marlon Prince in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. All right, keep it going. So this card right here, this is GBM Promotions. This was on the Zone on Friday afternoon. So you had some notable names on the undercard. You had Reese Mo versus Sylvester. Sylvester won that fight. Jimmy Jack Flint, he got a victory on this card. That was a tough fight though. Maxie Hughes and Archie Sharp. This wasn't a good fight. Archie Sharp, he was moving way too much without throwing no punches. It kind of looked like what we saw on May the 2nd type shit. Like he was doing a lot of movement, but he really won't put nothing together. So like if nobody landing and throwing any punches, then it's gonna be a close fight. You know what I'm saying? It's by default, right? But Maxie Hughes was the one trying to make the fight. He was coming forward, and he got the benefit of the doubt. So this put Maxie Hughes in a good position too, because he already been on a nice little run, other than the Williams and Payton fight where he got ran through. But other than that, he beat Kambosos, should have got the victory, the decision on that one. And Maxie Hughes is a solid contender at lightweight. You know what I'm saying? He probably like a French top 10 guy. So, he got some world rankings across the board. So this may get him another big fight, you know what I'm saying? But Archie Sharp didn't really come to fight. He ain't come to win. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of movement. He was in shape. So my thing is, when I see guys moving that much in a 12-round fight, that tells me something going on up top, because you in shape, so you should be in shape to throw punches. If you're in shape to move, you should be in shape to throw punches. That's how I look at it. And he was just moving way too much. That shit was nasty. He didn't even have to do that, because he was treating Maxie Hughes like he was a big puncher. And I ain't really never heard of Maxie Hughes being a big puncher. He did hurt him in the fight though with a straight left hand. But I ain't known Maxie Hughes to be a big puncher to be moving around like that. So maybe he felt some I won in the ring with him. Cam J Network, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Dank Father in the building. What's good with you? Remember what you said about Josh Taylor. What I say, bro? I be forgetting, Remind me what I say. What I say about him. Main event: Terry Harper versus Natalie Zimmerman. This is easy money too. Terry Harper is a solid fighter, and she a world champion. I gotta give her props. 3 division world champion. I didn't really like the performance because I'm trying to base it off the other champions in her division. Let me see. He said, he said he was trash. Nah, I said he was trash. Yeah, I was trying to give a benefit of the doubt, but yeah, nah, for sure. I'm with you. Why Sports Betting in the building? What's good with you? Salute. So, I mean, this is an easy fight for Terry Harper. She retained her WBO title. We got 3 other champions at lightweight. Beatrice Fiera, she's an IBF champion. She's fighting in a couple of weeks, June the 7th. You got Jennifer Hahn, WBA champion. She's a good fighter out of Texas, El Paso. She got a fight coming up July the 12th. And then you have Caroline Dubois, who I feel is the best in this division. Well, between her and Fiera. But this is the fight a lot of people have been talking about. They talked about the post-fight unification with Terry Harper and Caroline Dubois. I think Caroline Dubois will beat Terry Harper, but I want to see it, though. Let's see if they can make that fight, you know what I'm saying, for next. So that's what it is with that one. It was some good names on the card, solid action. But that Maxie Hughes Archer Sharp fight, that wasn't a good fight. So yeah, don't go back and watch that. All right, so we have a card from Mexico right here. This was on ESPN Knockout late Friday. So the biggest thing, we had a world title fight on this card. Now, what I say, he was trash. Yeah, I saw that. You got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You was on it. Michael James 616. What's good with you, bro? Yes, sir. So we had a vacant IBF title at 115 pounds. So Garcia versus Calesto, right? These guys fought in December. They fought to a draw. So the belt it remained vacant. The belt became vacant because Fernando Martinez vacated his IBF title to rematch Ioka. He had the WBA title. So these guys, man, I was like, somebody got to win this fight. Because looking at this fight, this look like these guys wasn't trying to win. I know that shit sound crazy, but like they wasn't making adjustments. So let me say that they wasn't really making adjustments in the fight, and it was up for grabs. It was a back and forth fight. There was some good action in the fight. Garcia got the nod, but it could have went either way. To be honest with you, it was a real close fight. I think it was a majority decision, a split decision, one of them. Real close. And I was getting kind of nervous because I'm like, yo, bro, somebody got to win. This is a key belt right here because we know Ben Rodriguez is trying to become undisputed in this division. He's fighting the unification for the WBO and the WBC against Kofi, the WBO champion. They fight July the 19th in Dallas, Frisco, Texas, right? So this is a piece to that puzzle. So if Bam, we haven't seen Bam in a while, right? Since November. He's been out the game for a minute, inactive a little bit, starting to, walk that fine line. We got to get him back active. And the winner of this fight, which is Garcia, maybe they can run a fade with Bam, like, quick, like September, or October at least, right? So, yeah, man, I'm glad somebody won this fight. It really, I was looking at that shit like, yo, bro, I know they're not going to let this be a draw, yo. Not another draw. So, yeah, that's what's up. Garcia got the victory. So, Pro Box. This is the Pro Box card right here. The main 2 fights, you got Angelo Leo versus Kameda. Real tough fight. Tough and competitive. Angelo Leo was making his first title defense at 126, his IBF title. He went on the road to face Kameda, who was a former world champion. This was a tough fight for Leo. I mean, I thought he won the fight, but it was tough. Kameda was doing a lot of good stuff, man. It was close. I thought it was like 7-5 maybe. Kameda was physically strong. He was trying to steal the play, Leo. He was doing little veteran tactics, like he'll run his numbers at the end of the round type shit. But I thought Leo was more consistent, and what really won him the fight was his jab. His jab was on point. It was consistent, and then it got him the victory. Real close decision victory. It's still when you at that level and you can fight 12 hard rounds against a solid guy on the road, former world champion. Like you can only get better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a good win for Angelo Leo. This fight was on the ProBox TV app. It wasn't on the YouTube channel. It probably got a lot of people, but it was actually on the app. That's why I watched it at. So we'll see what's next for Leo. I think Leo got some big fights for him at 126. My number one fight for him is a unification with Rafael Espinoza. Now I know some people think Rafael Espinoza will run through Leo. I got it. Let's get it. Whatever. But I want to see the fight though. Just because you know he might dominate the fight, I still want to see it because featherweight division is a good division, but we don't get a lot of unifications and top names fighting each other like that. Like we got our WBC champion Stephen Fulton. He about to go to 130. You know what I'm saying? He just got to the division. He going to 130 to face O'Shaquie Foster, right? So we'll see. But yeah, I know Top Rank has options on Leo. So Espinoza is an option. Um, I know I like the Nick Ball unification. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a rematch with Lopez. And the reason why I say that is because Lopez and his team gave Leo opportunity at the title. I know he knocked him out and shit like that, but they gave him opportunity. I can actually see that. But what I prefer is a unification. So we'll see. That was a tough fight though. Tough fight, but I feel Leo was a rightful winner. Not for sure. I thought he won that fight. Want to see him in with Kubo. Okay, I'm with that too. Looking forward to Nunez and Rikishi. Yeah, that's the 28th, early morning. Nah, bro, that was a tough fight for him for sure. All right, here's a rematch. This is on this undercard right here. Pedro Todoran versus Jinjiro Shigeyoko. Another tough fight. The first fight, Todoran won the fight by late stoppage victory. I mean, it was a bad stoppage loss for the young man. This fight was a real taxing fight, competitive, but it was a lot of shit going on in this fight. Shigeoko took a lot of punishment. He ended up falling short again this time, but I think it's by a split decision. But the real story after the fight, Shigeoko collapsed in the ring. All that. So hopefully everything is good with him. I mean, he wasn't looking right in that corner after the fight. You know, so hopefully he good. I know he had a tough. The first fight he looked bad in that first fight too. So he was able to go through his training camp and go through another tough fight against a strong Pedro Todoran. Like he's strong. He's a two-time world champion. So we just hope everything is good for Shikiyoko. So now for the champion, look, they talking about unification with Oscar Collazo, the unified champion at 105. Let's go. He said he's ready for it. He'll be back in the ring in the summer. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because Oscar Collazo he need that fight. Um, you know, for that division, a lot of fans don't really go down that far and check and see what's going on down there. But it's a lot of good fights, and they fighting each other as well. So that would put a big face. The winner, whoever can come like undisputed, can be the face of 105 pounds and maybe get some more limelight. So I always suggest that. All right, here's the Queensberry card. So last night, this was like our main card right here. This is in the afternoon. We're JC in the building. What's good with you, bro? I think I missed him. JC up there in the building. What's good? Salute to y'all coming through the building, man. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Nathan Collins. Yeah, Nathan Collins. Yeah, that was a good performance by him. We're gonna get on that. Good performance. So just run up the card. I like that cruiserweight. Alois Jr., the big strong dude. Yo, I like him. He's a good puncher. You know what I'm saying? He stopped Jameson. Um, Alois got like what I think he's top 15 in the WBA cruiserweight. So let's see where we can get him next. skip to Moses Atama. Moses Atama ran through Mike Balagon as expected. You know what I'm saying? We know Moses is one of the best young fighters in the sport of boxing. Um, and this was easy money for him. The knockout, it was a highlight reel knockout. He dropped my man like 3, 4 times in the fight. So we knew what to expect. Now Moses Atama, he is number 1 in the new WBO rankings, which we're gonna touch on that tomorrow. But he's number 1, and he got a high ranking in the WBA. So he's on the fast track, but I think they're gonna try to pull him back a little bit and just try to get him some rounds before. Because if he keep running through these guys, they're gonna have to step him up. But like, what's the point? So we'll see if they can get somebody in there that can take some of that shit. I know they was talking about Bacoli on the telecast. Not sure if that's gonna be next, but that would be crazy if he ready to step up to Bacoli. But yeah, Moses Atama is a fast southpaw with power in both hands, and he dangerous, yo. The kid is dangerous. Damon Wester in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you coming through the building. He said hair rumors that they've been through. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Um, it may be a tad too fast, but based on how Bacoli been looking lately, hey, maybe they want to take that opportunity. I don't know. I know he'll be back on Usyk and the Bar's undercard. I'm actually thinking about somebody like Otto Wallen, um, maybe Charles Martin. I don't know. We'll see though. I think maybe, but honestly, he probably like 2 more fights away from throwing him into the deep end, pushing his ass in the water. You know what I'm saying? Because heavyweight division is a small division, and you know, you like you're at number 1 now. So you number 1 in the WBO, bro. It's only what you only looking up now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Teaching the building. What's good with you? Salute. I would take my time with Atomo. He's nice. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. He can face some of these faded guys. Charles Martin, Otto Wallen, guys like that. Guys that have been around for a minute. They may contest them, take him some waters. I don't know. A lot of these guys you may think may take him to deep waters and give him some rounds. Probably be up out of there early too. So I don't know. Someone like Michael Hunter. Look, that's a dangerous fight for Moses Atama because Michael Hunter is so crafty. I don't know how realistic that is because Michael Hunter, he got dealings with Don King. And all of Don King's fighters, y'all haven't seen them since when? When last time we seen AB and Blair Cobbs fight? You know what I'm saying? Long ass time ago. So I don't know, but that type of fight would be dangerous because Michael Hunter is good at smothering guys' work, and he ain't scared of no power. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I like him too. A good fighter. Nathaniel Collins, good performance yesterday over a tough Lee McGregor. Kind of a back and forth start to the fight, but then he started to touch up Lee McGregor. I think it was the 4th round where he dropped him. So he hurt him, and then he ended up throwing some punches to drop him. But the body shot along the ropes to finish the fight was nice. I like him. I like Nathan Collins. He's solid. He got like a top 5 ranking in the WBC. And this is at featherweight too. So we was mentioning featherweight earlier with Andrew Leo and what they got going on. I see he called off Steve Fulton. I know that's fight ain't gonna happen. But I like him though. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Shit. I know a couple of fights ago before Nick Ball won his world title, he was supposed to fight Collins. So maybe they go revisit that. It looked like Nick Ball need an opponent for August. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I like a fight with Omar Trinidad, and this is based off the rankings because I'm real big on that shit, right? I think Collins is number 4 in the WBC, and Trinidad is number 5, and it's recency bias because I just saw these guys fight. I think that would be a good fight though. They may be one more step away from a world title, especially at the top in the WBC. You got Fulton going up to 130. You got Ray Vargas as champion in recess. He trying to get his belt back. Shushu is the mandatory. It talks about Shushu versus Carlos Castro, who is number 2 for the interim title. So in the meantime, if there's no title available, you might as well fight the highest available guy. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. The boxing source was good with you, bro. Salute to you. Taylor Usman. So Taylor actually started okay in this fight. I thought he was doing well early in the fight. And then he started doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He would wait for Usman to counter. Well, he'll wait for Usman to throw a punch that he'll counter to the body. It was the same. He was on the same old combination package. And he started to slow down. You know what I'm saying? We know this is not the same Taylor from a couple of years ago when he was undisputed champion. And Usman really just took it to him. Taylor landed some good shots, and he like pushed Usman back with a couple of left hands along the ropes. But Usman is a dog. He's tough. He's strong, and I knew it was gonna be a tough ass fight for Josh Taylor down the stretch if he didn't have his legs together and stuff like that. Because Usman, he always finished strong, and he's a true welterweight. Y'all notice Taylor wasn't pushing him around like that. He was trying to fight in the inside, but Usman was kind of in there with him. So he outworked Taylor down the stretch. I thought it was a fair decision. You know what I'm saying? I thought he dominated basically after the 6th round, uh, and that's what got him the victory. So Echo Usman, this is a big win for him. Career defining win facing an undisputed champion, former undisputed champion, moving up to 47, and it's a big win for him. Josh Taylor, I'm not sure. I think maybe that's a wrap for him. I mean, long stretches of inactivity, injuries, bad weight cuts. He probably should have went to 147 maybe a couple years ago. Probably after the first Calibral fight, I think it would have been okay to come on up to 47. And it was talks about him doing that. So I don't know, long way back for him. Usman, get him a big fight. You know what I'm saying? Get him a big fight. I'm not sure how they're gonna do the mandatory position of the WBO with Brian Norman. He gonna face Sasaki, who was number 2. Number 1 is Alexis Rocha. Number 3 is David Papat from France. Rocha and Papat was supposed to fight. That fight fell apart. Karen Shikazian is number 4, and Echo Usman is number 5. What about Echo versus Karen? You know what I'm saying? Final eliminator type of shit. Because I don't see nobody that's giving Usman a world title opportunity, just a regular voluntary. So that's what I can see. We'll see what's up though. But that was a good win. That was a good win for him. I like Moses too, the other heavyweight. Medina. Yeah, I just seen Medina got knocked out in that Team Combat League. Man, they about to stay away from that shit. People be getting wrecked. They be getting messed up in that Team Combat League. But I seen Medina. Yeah, he alright. He fight well against tall guys. Guys his height, he struggle. Yeah, I seen Medina. Yeah. Go check out that fight he had on Team Combat League. He got knocked out by a journeyman. I think Kobe Madison. Go check that out. Taylor had a great first round. Just couldn't carry the momentum. Now for real, he kind of faded early. You can tell he kind of shot because you can tell his legs is done. I mean, he was trying. He fought hard. I give him props. He fought hard. He was trying to win. It was just the guy was just had too much for him. Yeah, he just signed with them. So maybe they'll bring him back and give him something else. It's the reason why Josh and Regis went up there. Never went up there. Oh, okay, okay. It's the reason why they never went. Maybe so. They definitely and Jose Ramirez too. Throw him in there too. Thank Father. Maybe yeah, because now all 3 of them is faded. Mm. They probably should have went a couple years ago. He was supposed to lose to him. That guy punches was slow. Yeah, I feel you. I just know Usama had a good work rate, and he'll be able to dog it out down the stretch. And he's strong too. So if it was that type of fight, I feel like Usman would be in there. But yeah, I thought this was a fight for Taylor to win. Especially, I thought it was a perfect fight for him entering the welterweight division because Usman is top 5 in the WBO. You win that fight. If Josh Taylor wins that fight, he one of the bigger names at welterweight, other than the champions, right? And the guys moving up. People will try to go fight him. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that fight too. Usman versus Papat. If Golden Boy still don't have that contract for the Rocha fight, yeah, I'm with that shit too, for sure. I'm with it. Okay, I gotta watch. Yeah, it was crazy too. Yeah, it's on that box rec. Yeah, they got like a little slot by that because they got pro, they got amateur, and then they got that one team combat league. They got bare knuckle. So you just gotta click on the tab. But yeah, that was a bad knockout. I think it was the fourth round with Taylor landed a good shot. It was some, yeah, he got that playback. I think he hit him with a left hand, pushed him back to the ropes, and Usman did the same thing to him, but hit him with a right hand. Um, I knew Usman was going to be tough. He put up a real good performance against Congo. Yeah, he did. Yeah, those are solid wins right there. He lost to Harry Scarf, so it's like it's crazy how that should be working. 140 is a division that the greats never stay there. Yeah, that's facts. I always wanted Pacquiao to campaign at 140. He never did. He never really campaigned at 140 other than Ricky Hatton, right? And it was a pit stop for Floyd. All right, so here's some news and notes for you guys. If you guys missed it, Top Rank got a couple of signings. They signed this kid right here, Julian Montevallo. So this kid is 3-0, 17 years old, out of Las Vegas. So he should be making his pro debut real soon on Top Rank, probably on that Xander Zayas card because they in a transitional period after June. They're not gonna really have much, you know what I'm saying? Because they about to leave ESPN. The last card for Top Rank on ESPN is July 26th. Xander Zayas versus Jorge Garcia for the WBO title. So you're not gonna see like a lot of cards. If you notice in June, they got like 5 cards. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna show on their platform, and then they're gonna taper off until they get this new deal popping. So we'll see. But yeah, that's a good signing. This is another one too. Yuri Cedeno, bro, he a problem. He's a Dominican fighter, 11-0, 10 knockouts. Um, yeah, he coming off a first round stoppage. They was trying to get him the ammo fight, and I probably would have picked him. I like this kid right here. Strong, explosive, talented, good boxer. He will fight on the Keyshawn Davis undercard June the 7th against De Los Santos. This is a good fighter right here. He has a potential to be a world champion, especially campaigning at middleweight. He has a potential. And you know, Top Rank can build these guys. This is a good fight. This is a great signing right here, y'all. Real good one. He said he fought the same guy twice. Lost and won. Well, yeah, they only fight in 1 round though. 1 round. So if you know how to navigate around, then shit, you can win those rounds. A lot of those guys be losing. The big name guys in that 1 round, because he said, "Bug, you doing the card round down for next the upcoming boxing card? Yeah, hella dope card. Yeah, I will. Yeah, when I get to that week for sure. Yeah. Yep. I will. That is a good week of boxing. June 5th, we got one in Canada all the way to June the 9th. No, June the 8th. Excuse me. June 5th through June the 8th. Yeah, that's a good week of boxing for sure. We're gonna talk about that, no doubt. Appreciate you, bro. Oh, here's a new signing for Matchrooms. Dave Allen. So they had him before. I think this time is a little different. We know Dave Allen coming off a knockout victory last week to Johnny Fisher. Dave Allen is a high end journeyman. If you ain't bringing your A game, you can mess around and lose against him. Smart, good fighter, solid. Don't do nothing so crazy, but he's been around so long. He know all the tricks of the trade, and he got a good chin. So I want to see how Matchroom going to build them up because they don't really have much at the heavyweight division. I mean, they got AJ. Maybe they're gonna put them in with them young guys, Terramona or somebody like that, or maybe the Canadian kid they just signed. But yeah, I mean, Dave Allen is like one of those sentimental stories and shit because he just still chugging along. And it seemed like him be taking his shit seriously, but he's a good fighter though. Actually, he been doing some good shit up in there. So that's what's up. Maybe he get another big payday or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Get a big name. Um, so we got the return of former world champion Julio Cesar Martinez. He's going to fight in Mexico, May 31st. All right, we haven't seen him since the Cordova fight. That was on the undercard of Tim Tszyu and Fondor. Real good fight. Real good fight. Real close. I think he won by like majority decision. And then after that, he tested positive for a banned substance. So we haven't seen him since then, 2023. So he making a return. He's still a big name in and around those divisions. And if he clean, we'll see how he look. You know what I'm saying? Coming back. So that's March 31st for him. He making his comeback to the ring. All right, here's a fight announcement right here. So they're doing a new series called LA Friday Night Fights. I like this though, you know what I'm saying? Because boxing on any day of the week is dope, no matter Friday, Saturday, whatever it is. But this is like the second installment of this venture right here. So you got Stevens versus Kamakov. So we know Stevens is a solid puncher. Um, at 168, 175. He got two losses. He got stopped in the first round by Joshawn James, and he got outboxed by Beck the Bully, but he was having moments in that fight. So he's coming back facing this Russian fighter. So we'll see. I know he's trained by Coach Ronnie Shields. He's down there with them. So we'll see with him. I'm not sure if Golden Boy gave up on him because Golden Boy is actually one of the promoters for this card, so they keeping him active. He was supposed to fight. He had a fight against somebody. He had to pull out the fight. So yeah, that's what's up. So June the 20th. So we got another fight card for June. June is gonna be a great month for boxing for sure. Here's another one just announced. So we got Liam Paro, former world champion. He's gonna face Navarro. I think Jonathan Navarro used to be with RGBA. Not sure if he's with them now. I know he had a couple of fights with shit Pro Box. And he had a loss over there. I think his last fight. Did he lose his last fight? Can't remember. But yeah, Paro is coming back. Not a bad fight to come back to. Paro is not under the Matchroom banner for this fight. So they did the same thing they're doing to the way they did him, the way they did Matisse. They're doing the same thing when he lost his title. But I like this fight though. Navarro 18-1. He knows his way around the ring. Paro need to get back in the win column and maybe hope and pray that Cambosis can win that belt because that would be a big fight. They was trying to do Cambosis versus Paro, but Hitchens messed that up. So we'll see. Leon Wilson is on the card too. Leon Wilson is another fun fighter. He's facing Jimenez, 22-1. Leon Wilson came up short against Navarrete, came up short against Oscar Valdez. But he's always there to get an opportunity. So yeah, I like this though. You know what I'm saying? Got some solid names. They got to win these fights so they can get back to the world level. So I'm with that. This is June 25th down in Australia. These are the same promoters that got Tim Tszyu, Nikita Tszyu, those guys. So that's what's up. All right, so this is some of the guys on the undercard of Catterall versus Harlem Eubank. So they announced that fight last week, and here are some of the guys. So Pat Brown, this is second fight, cruiserweight. He's on the card. Will Corolla is a big puncher. His uncle is Anthony Corolla, former world champion. So yeah, that's got the prospects. Yaki Fiaz versus Gomez Jr. That should be a good fight. And then Afi Middleman. So yeah, everybody got their young guys on these cards. It's good to stay active, keeping these guys in the gym and getting them ready to fight under the lights. And like for Pat Brown, he should get like at least 6 or 7 fights this year. He should be fighting on every matchroom card. You know what I'm saying? Because he got potential to probably at least challenge for a world title in like the near future, probably like 12, 13 fights at cruiserweight. So we'll see. Yes, sir. Big Dog Willie in the super chat. J. Paul Tank, November 22nd, MGM. Let's get it. Salute to appreciate the support. Let me see. Troy Isley. Is he yeah, he's on that card. Yeah, he's on that card. Let me find his opponent. I put it in the chat. He's on that card. You know, a lot of times, BoxRec don't really, they don't really be matching up all the time, because with the fight announcements and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's on the card. I'm gonna find him. I put him in the chat real quick. The guy he supposed to be fighting. Yeah, I seen this guy too. He's supposed to. They were supposed to fight last time, but I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put this in the chat for you. You can go do some research on that for sure. There you go. The boxing source put it in the chat for sure. But you can go check out his BoxRec and see. But they don't always line up like that. Also, this was a toss of potential anyway. Leo pre-fight. I think it's a possibility because Leo, got a working relationship with Top Rank. But next, I'm not sure. Well, definitely not next. Well, we have to see what MJ do next week. If MJ lose or get cut or get injured, then I guess it's a door that can open for anyway to fight Leo or somebody like that. Because the fight with Anyway and MJ is done for September the 14th. So maybe sometime next year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in December. So yeah, I think it's a possibility for sure. For sure. Salute. Yeah, that's him right there. Appreciate you, bro. Who's in the welterweight that we're not talking about that we should keep an eye on? Avis Griffin. I'm gonna talk about him in this segment coming up. Look out for Avis Griffin. I think he's a good fighter, up and coming guy. Trill Hill in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yes, sir. Good looking out for sure. Yeah. So yeah, man, y'all tap into that BoxRec for sure. You know what I'm saying? But that don't tell you everything. It just give you information about the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like BoxRec is great, but there's a lot of people be basing BoxRec on their whole theory. They don't really watch them fight. They just see they got 4 losses, and then they don't know if the guy southpaw. They don't know if he left hand, right handed. They just see BoxRec. They got 4 losses. So yeah, it's a good tool though. Bruce Gas in the building. Salute to you. He said the underdog. Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. All right, here's another announcement. Pretty solid fight at 130. Ryan Garner versus Reese Bellotti. Bellotti been on a roll ever since Ray Ford went up there and beat up on him. Garner is a good fighter. This is Queensberry versus Matchroom, July 26th. Good fight. I like this type of fight. Got them European, British Commonwealth titles on the line. So yeah, so this should be a solid fight though. It's at 130. Get the winner in position to fight for a world title in that, in position for a big fight for sure. So yeah. All right, so here's a couple of fights that's announced for Clarissa Shields undercard July 26th. So Sam Worthington, she's gonna fight for the WBA interim title at 140. So we know Katie and Amanda is fighting undisputed. The trilogy. I think the catchweight like 136, but they've been holding on to them belts for a long time. So Worthington is signed with Clarissa Shields, one of her fighters. So she's gonna fight on the undercard to fight for an interim title. So we'll see. And then another fighter that Salida has, Caroline Vevry. I think that's her name. Caroline. So she's going to fight a WBC title eliminator. So this is another opportunity for her, you know what I'm saying, to fight for, to fight a big fight, you know what I'm saying. And Salida and MVP they both have women, and they signing women boxers to fight for world titles, and they can do some things with that. That's good though, because it's not just one promoter signing fighters. Salida signing fighters too. So this is another fight that's added to that card. It's a WBC final eliminator. The winner becomes a mandatory for Tierra Brown, who just won the WBC title against Scott Nicholson in March. So that's what's up, man. That's good shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of MVP, they made a couple of signings and they announced some of the fights for Jake Paul card. So we've seen this right here. It's been talked about on social media, and I like this fight too. Schofield versus Tevin Farmer. We're gonna talk about it for sure. And this will be on the undercard of Jake Paul and Chavez and Zerdo and Dorticos. So they're putting together a good card. TJ in the building. What's good with you, bro? I like Ryan Gardner in that. No, I do too. I think he'll finally break the run that Reese Berlotti been on. Dave Allen. I think Moses will probably stop him, beat him up. Um, I think he'll stop him and beat him up. As far as being realistic, I don't know if it's realistic though. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. He signed Dave Allen, but I'm not sure what he's gonna do with him. You know what I'm saying? To me, it wouldn't make sense to give him to Moses Otamu unless it's some big money because he could have made that fight without Eddie. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I think Moses would beat him up. TJ in the super chat. What's good with you, bro? I appreciate that. Who you like for that Beck versus DFG? A dope fight for 168. No, for sure. It is a good fight. I like DFG in that fight. I think it's going to be competitive and very tactical. I think DFG is a good puncher, and I think that would keep Beck kind of cautious. Um, and Beck can box too, but Beck is better when he's aggressive and coming forward and landing body shots. I think DFG can win a close decision. That's a good fight, bro. It's a WBA title eliminator too. I like that fight. I appreciate that super chat too. I'm looking forward to break that fight down more. But that's a good fight, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Good fight. All right. So Schofield versus Tevin Farmer. Floyd Schofield versus Tevin Farmer. Good fight. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing Tevin Farmer back. Um, he got 3 losses in a row. Now, I know he put up great effort in his fights against Moratala and the 2 fights against Williams Zepeda. They're giving him another opportunity against Schofield. So I know on the outside looking in, we're probably picking Farmer. Early pick, I think Schofield wins the fight. We're gonna see though. This is a good opportunity for Schofield to get some learning under his belt because Farmer definitely gonna test him. And he's gonna put up a great effort. He can box him. This can be a fight where Farmer can get back to his boxing. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 fights, he been sitting in the pocket. He was still slipping and sliding and doing a lot of good shit. But I think he can get back to his boxing a little bit more and kind of make Schofield overzealous and be the counterpuncher. Those are ways to victory for me. But I think Schofield, I think his athletic ability, I think, look, a lot of these times, yo, they be picking these guys for opponents for a reason. I think they think that Schofield can beat Farmer. We're gonna see. Early, I think Schofield may have the edge, but Farmer is a tough out. He ain't easy for nobody. So yeah, I like this fight though. I was leaning DFG. Yeah, I like DFG too, man. I think he gonna win that fight. All right, my man asked me about the welterweight, who to look out for. Avis Griffin, undefeated fighter. I think he's 17-0, 16 knockouts. You can check out his box record to see if I'm correct. I can't remember. But this is a good fighter right here. You know what I'm saying? He just signed with MVP. He ain't get no easy fight. Nah, they put them all straight in the deep end for sure. Facing these young guys, getting them ready. He said he got Farmer, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I think Floyd Schofield can win that fight for sure. I like his athletic ability. I think his power is solid. You know, if he be patient, I think he can beat Farmer. I ain't giving Farmer a lot of props by losing. I thought he lost both of the winners of pay. I thought he lost all 3 of the fights. Close, competitive, but I thought he lost all 3. And I ain't in the business giving him props for losing because he didn't get over the hump. In that the last fight he had against Zepeda, in that middle rounds, it like he was about to get stopped. You know what I'm saying? I give him props for coming back and hurting to pay the lead and showing a lot of dog. But he gave up a lot of rounds. You know what I'm saying? So it comes a point where he got to put in a game plan where he actually going to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, I thought he lost the last three, even the Mortala fight. Did he make Mortala look kind of average and bring him down to earth? He did because he a vet, and that's what they do. But I thought he lost all three. So maybe he come the same way against Schofield. And if he come that way, I think Schofield can win that fight. We'll see though. Long way. Let me see. Yeah, he's a good fighter, bro. So Avis Griffin is signed with MVP. Just signed with them. He's trained by Bomac, so he's in that camp with Crawford and them. And he's a good fighter, yo. 17-0, 16 knockouts, talk shit, got swag, got a good right hand. He's facing Julian Rodriguez, hammer hands, who was a good fighter coming up. Got stopped by Pedraza. I think lately he's known for talking about Tank Davis on a podcast in the amateur days. But Julian can fight though. We'll see how much what he got. You know what I'm saying, what he got left. But I like Griffin. Griffin is a good boxer puncher, tall and rangy, and he got a little swag too. So if you guys like entertainment, he's gonna bring that shit. So yeah, that's a good card. That's a good fight to add to this card. Here's another fight on this J. Paul card. Raul Curiel is a good contender at welterweight. He's gonna face Victor Rodriguez from Argentina. Curiel is coming off a good fight against Alexis Rocha last December. They fought to a draw. Curiel switched up his training camp, left Freddie Roach. Then he going to RGBA, Robert Garcia. So we'll see how he look with them. And then we got another female fight on the card, Naomi Valle. So this is a younger sister of Yokasta Valle. She just signed with MVP as well. So she's making her MVP debut. Yeah, yo, that's what's up, yo. Holly Holm is on this card too. So it's yeah. I actually like this card. Let me see. Yeah, it's a good fight. Definitely a good fight. What's good with you, bro? Ghetto Fab in the building. I appreciate you coming through. Khalil Cole taking the rematch in Mexico. Just seen, man, that's a tough. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough. They taking him. That's crazy. And that's gonna be a tough fight for him down there. Thought he hurt his hand early in the rematch. Talking about Farmer, I had Farmer winning the first one. I thought he did good in the first one, the knockdown, but I felt like down the stretch, he got all work down the stretch. Well, I thought it was a razor thin, but yeah, I mean, he did his thing. I gotta give him props. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can do the same thing to Schofield. He should be the favorite. You know what I'm saying? Based off, but see, I don't like giving the dudes all that props about the loss because he didn't make them adjustments to win the like even the Mortala fight. He gave up the back half or like he started getting tired. You know what I'm saying? Late in the fight, he got hurt like in the 10th round. Like I don't know. I think he's a good fighter though. He was supposed to fight Tank controversy. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they supposed to fight back in the day. I didn't know Angeletti. Yeah, he's gonna be on that card. He's facing. He got a tough fight too. Curry, that's a tough fight for him. But I like it though. Yeah, I like it though. Tough fight for Khalil Cole going down there. Ask Kevin Newman. Kevin Newman went down there to fight Gallegos. He got his loss. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And he'll talk about it. That was a tough fight. I love this card right here. This like man, hands down, ain't no question. This is like one of the best. This is the best women's card ever. Like ain't no question about that. Might be one of the best cards this year. So this is MVP, right? Taylor vs Serrano, the trilogy. We catch it July the 11th on Netflix. Man, they got hella title fights on this card. 6 world title fights. Bunch of unifications, got undisputed, all types of shit. So I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? Tam Thibault, she's facing Mary Casamassa. Tam, she's a like 6'2" southpaw fighter in middleweight. She can box. They fighting 3 minutes, 3-minute rounds. So that's what's up. Rama Ali is back. She have an up and down career. I think she's coming off a loss in a world title fight. So let's see if she can get back on the good foot. They just added Chantel Cameron versus Jessica Kamara. That's a good fight. Jessica Kamara, I think she's kind of on the downside right now. If you follow her career, and if you seen that her last fight against Caroline Dubois, she was on her way to get stopped. Caroline Dubois dropped her in the first round. She was piecing her up until the fight got stopped due to a head clash. She suffered a bad cut. Chantel Cameron is one of the best fighters in women's boxing. Strong, mean, take it to you, got good basic skills. Don't do nothing so crazy, but she's a good fighter. She got a win over Katie Taylor, the only one to get that win. So, yeah, I like that. Dina Thorson versus Sharita Metcalf. This is a 3-belt unification at 118 pounds. Dina Thorson is the favorite. She's a shorter, stocky, faster, I think. Um, Good body puncher. Probably been in with the better competition. Chicken Metcalf is a tall boxer, rangy, got a good jab. Like to use the whole ring. Got a good right hand when she sit down on that shit. So this is like a tactical matchup, real like a crazy tactical matchup, style wise. I meant to say. So that's a 3-belt unification. You have another 3-belt unification with Ellie Scotney versus Yamalit Mikado, WBC champion. That's gonna be a good fight. This is a good fight because Mikado, if you've seen her, she does something real well. She can mix up her boxing with her brawling. You know what I'm saying? She can appear like she brawling, but she boxing, and vice versa. She's real good at that. You know what I'm saying? She's a good fighter. And then Ellie Scotney, I love her because she got good skills. She mean. She got some dog in her. That's gonna be a good fight right there. They just announced Savannah Marshall versus Shadeja Green unification, IBF and WBO, big time fight. This is like this is like the two biggest punches in women's boxing going at it. It's at 168. It's like the equivalent for heavyweight title fight with two big punches. That's what that shit is because women don't really fight that high weight. Savannah Marshall coming off a 2-year um, inactivity. She did some MMA. She been staying in shape and shit, but she haven't boxed in a long time in the ring. I know she had a hand injury. They was supposed to fight back then, 2 years ago, after Savannah Marshall beat Franchon Cruz for Undisputed. Her mandatory was Shadeja Green. They never fought. Shadeja, she coming off two kind of so-so performances. Like, she ain't really been looking good uh, ever since the Franchon fight. Now she won those fights and stuff, but it was real close. Shouldn't have been that close. This both ladies got skills. Both ladies got power. I want to see how they're gonna affect each other because I don't think they've been in a ring with as big punches like that. So that's gonna be interesting. You know what I'm saying? I think Savannah is the favorite, but she got a lot of variables. She coming over here to fight in the States. I haven't heard word that her trainer Peter Fear can come over here. I know he got some criminal background and shit like that where he can't travel. It's a tough fight, yo. I know people saying this shit's gonna be easy. Savannah gonna win easy. I don't see easy in this fight. Maybe she wins. I don't know about easy though. Because Shadeja can punch and she got skills too. So we're gonna see. Alicia Baumgartner defending her undisputed crown at 130 against Jennifer Miranda. I ain't gonna lie, yo, I think this is a mismatch. Out of all these fights, I think this is a big mismatch. I know Miranda is tall and she lanky, got a little bit of skills, but I think Alicia gonna outbox her. And I think if she wants to step on the gas, she can do that. I want to see the dynamic with Alicia Baumgartner and Derek James. That's gonna be interesting right there. They just linked up, and then of course the main event, Katie and Amanda. I mean, it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be all action. You know what I'm saying? Um, I thought Amanda, I thought Amanda won both fights before. You know what I'm saying? I thought she won both fights. but they gave Katie Taylor the benefit of the doubt. What Katie did though, she was able to use the ring and was able to box just enough, let her combinations out just enough, and that's what the referees, excuse me, the judges like in that fight. So I want to see one of these ladies make a adjustment, like like make it. I don't know. I don't know what adjustment they need to make, but make a because I feel like both fights was basically the same. You know what I'm saying? I know they're gonna be great fights, but some tactical stuff. I think the one who make the most tactical adjustments will probably win again. And let's just note this again. This fight is at 136, so let's get it. You know what I'm saying? I like this card though. I had to break it down real quick. I'll get back in the chat though. Salute to you guys coming through the building. I don't care what it takes. I gotta make it to NYC. No, man, this is gonna be crazy. That weekend gonna be crazy. You got the next night. You got the Shakur, Berlanga, all those guys. That's gonna be crazy. Fire ass card. I love what MVP is doing. Nah, man, for sure. Great job, man. Keep it coming. Doing a great job with women's boxing and putting these ladies on a big platform. I might go to this card in the garden, man. Yeah, man, pull up, bro. Yeah, MVP. Yeah, man, they do for sure. They do. You know, I'm with that. Hopefully, man, I hope this shit break all types of records, man. Hotel prices are insane, man. I bet, yo. Green get her ass whooped though. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I think she gonna do good in the fight. I think she gonna do good. We're gonna see though. She gotta show y'all. I think she gonna do well. That is a mismatch. Yeah, that's the mismatch on this card for sure. uh Yeah, Fashawn beat. Yeah, she did. She beat her. She outmaneuvered her. You know what I'm saying? She hit her with some old school tactics, and you know what I'm saying. Um, yeah, she did. Yeah, she did her thing with that. You know, she knew her, and she was able to capitalize on her being aggressive, and then she was able to throw her off her rhythm for sure. These ladies, they all can fight each other again though, because there's not many of them. They can all run that shit. Even Carissa throwing her up in there. That's why I be saying, and people say Carissa don't got nobody to fight at these high weights. I beg to differ because she can run those. She can run those rematches back. Shadeja Green and look, this one fighter nobody never mentioned because she off the radar, but Raquel Miller. You know what I'm saying? So Raquel Miller like number one in the WBO at 168. Let's get her active. Maybe she can, you know what I'm saying, get an opportunity. But it's some fights up there. And these are big girls too. So they punching a little bit. I can definitely see the scoring for Amanda both fights. I can also see a draw. Yeah, no, for sure. It was real close fights and competitive. I think this fight gonna be the same thing. Amanda is the favorite. That tells you how competitive it is, not for sure. I don't know. After Garcia, I'm with you, bro. Um, well, you have a good athlete that's dedicated in Alicia Baumgartner. That's one thing. Um, you know, so however, whatever you can do to criticize Derek James, you can't criticize that he be giving his fighter good instructions. Them dudes don't be listening. You know what I'm saying? So I think this gonna be different. Um, we'll see though. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? I know you gotta have your eyebrows raised up, but I think they're gonna fit real good though. Man, I can't wait for that fight, man. I think it's gonna be a classic. That's why I'm definitely getting up early for that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be a classic. I think Rakisha get hit too much for me from a guy that got 28 knockouts and 28 wins. Sugar Nunez got a little bit more to his game. I think he can box a little bit, and if he can shore up his defense, I think I'm gonna take Nunez like 8 or 9. I like Nunez in that fight. Fresh on against the Green, yeah, Marshall Green winner for sure. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm with that. Cause she got the other two belts. Um, like I said, when I seen when Salida signed them new fighters, the new female fighters, the two 175 champions, and Franchon Cruz, and he got two champions. We got two contenders. Well, he got one contender at 140 and one at 126. I'm like, yo, they got to do like a 5 versus 5, bro. Salida versus MVP. You know what I'm saying? Carissa versus, I guess, Savannah. Um, they can still run the rematch with Shadeja and Franchon, win or lose. Um, but yeah, it's dope that the women are getting opportunities like this. Yeah, get her back, yo. That was good. What's going on? I talked to her manager. I asked him what's up with her. He said that they was offer a big fight. They said yes, but he didn't say no names. But he said that fighter went a different direction. So I don't know. Get her in the mix, like for sure. Definitely ain't trying to criticize him. You spot on. Depends on the yeah, for sure. I think she gonna fit well with him though. Cause what Derek James like athletic boxer punches. You know what I'm saying? I think he can put her in the mold of what he did for Charlo. How Charlo became a big puncher. Cause Alicia is a good puncher. You know what I'm saying? But like he had him being a good boxer puncher, develop him into a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm with it. I just want to see when was the last male headliner at the Garden? The Big Garden? Um, shit, I can't remember. I'm gonna say the ones I remember: Crawford and Amir Khan, maybe Lomachenko. I'm not sure if maybe Lomachenko and Linares. I'm getting my dates wrong. I don't remember. At the Big Garden, I don't remember. Maybe AJ and Andy Ruiz. Canelo headline up there too when he fought Rocky Fielding. Uh, I can't remember. We'll see. Do you feel Katie was using her head too much? Nah, she was in the second fight. Yeah, she was headbutting like motherfucker. Um, I think that's just part of like I don't know if she's doing it intentionally, but I know she been trying to get her numbers off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I know Team Serrano gonna push for that. Shoot, take a step back. You know what I'm saying? Take a step back and run your numbers. You know what I'm saying? Take a step back. So you won't have to run into that. But if they feel like that, I'm with it. I'm with it. I mean, they can't fighting at the big one. Yeah, they had the big one for sure. I hope it wasn't Tio. Now I don't know. I don't think he ever fought as a main event at the Big Garden. He was on that undercard of. He was on the undercard. Was it? I know Crawford fought there a couple of times at the big one. I know he fought Mean Machine there. He fought Amir Khan. I can't remember who you lean towards, or Shaki Foster or Fulton. I think that's a good fight. Good close competitive fight. That's how I actually see it. I think I like Shaki Foster in that fight. I do. I think Shaki Foster can do some. He's athletic enough, versatile enough to do some good things. But I want to see him be a little bit more aggressive though. But I'm leaning towards Shaki Foster in that fight. Tio versus Sando Bradna. That happened the last one. Was it? Oh shit! Oh, did you catch Shannon the Cannon? Oh, nah, I didn't even see. I didn't even hear what he said. What did he say? He said something about. I know. No, I think I think he said that Devin Haney need to retire or some shit because of his punch output. Yeah, but yeah, that's. Let me see. I think I got one more. Oh, Pacquiao Barrios. So Pacquiao announced the fight. We knew the fight was coming anyway. Pacquiao announced on his social media. Pacquiao Barrios. Um, July 19th, WBC title. I mean, y'all already know the play. Undercard, Tim Zoo versus Fundora, the rematch. Pitbull Cruz versus Fiera, the rematch. And Joey Gonzalez versus Brandon Figueroa. So they put an action packed card together. So I know people may see that and say, "Man, this card." They always do. Boxing fans always do that. This a trash undercard. I'm not paying for this pay per view. But I think what PBC be going for is action packed fights. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have an action packed fight with two no name fighters than two big name fighters, you know what I'm saying, giving me some copy box records. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care about I want to see action. If I pay for it, I really want to see action. And those three fights, like Joette and Brandon Figueroa, that's a good action packed fight right there. That's a good action fight. Fiera and Pitbull Cruz was an action packed fight when they fought in February, and we know Fundora and Tim Zoo is bringing the smoke. So yeah, that's so. I know a lot of people look at shit, yo. A lot of times, I think it'd be more so for action instead of like big names, and that's actually good. That's a good way to build your card, actually. So I'm with that shit. Let's go. So yeah, that's all my shit though. But we can still talk some boxing for sure. If Pac Man was to pull it off, I wouldn't mind seeing him versus Earl Spence. Now I would. Earl can't make 147 for one. So that one makes so much sense to me. Because remember, him and his fans cried about Crawford supposedly picking 147 as the weight. Then he picked 154 and he turned it down. Nah, he can't go back to 47. That's off the strength of that. Um, I think if Pacquiao wins, I want to rule out a Tank fight. I want to rule out a Rolly fight. I want to rule out like fights like that. But I don't see Spence going up to 140. I don't see Spence coming back to 47. And I don't see Pacquiao going to 54. Maybe if he go to 54, maybe that's a fight to happen. But yeah, 47, I can't see it. Appreciate that, bro. Man, with the hundreds, I appreciate that. Superstars, yeah, Superstar Snooze Fest. Nah, that was nasty. They didn't have to do us like that, but he said, I love this card. It's gonna be action packed, yo. Fun. Earl and Keith. Now I would take that fight. I think that makes more sense. Earl and Keith. Earl versus the winner between Fundora and Zoo. Uh, yeah, I'm thinking those makes more sense. Earl versus Rolly. Yeah, I've been saying that shit. I've been saying that shit in people's chat. They be saying I'm tripping. Earl versus Rolly, or Pacquiao, Rolly, something like that. Rolly's in the mix of these big fights. I'm trying to tell y'all. What about Floyd return for the rematch? I don't like it. I don't think it makes sense. I don't even see that happening, bro. I don't see it happening. But maybe. I don't see the use for that fight. I don't see you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna give me this time. Yeah, it's pay per view. Pay per view. Well, yeah, I think it's pay per view. They haven't officially announced it. I'm expecting them to go ahead and announce it this week because we got the fight week of Caleb Plant and they got Charlo, and so we'll see. Earl need that Crawford rematch. Like he didn't want that shit, so he can move on. It's cool. I think a Keith Thurman fight actually makes sense. What makes here's another one: Earl Spence versus Virgil Ortiz in that Dallas Cowboy Stadium. That makes sense. Then Oscar De La Hoya said him and them and PBC about to make some history. I think that fight would do good down there. Yeah, how about let's do that one? You know what I'm saying? I think that one probably make more sense right now too. Why did Thurman and Zoo fall out? It fell out because Fundora and Xander Zayas was in negotiation. That fight wasn't they wasn't gonna get the money that they was expecting on both sides. So Tim Zoo still had a rematch clause. PBC maneuvered some shit to make I guess the rematch with Zoo and Fundora. You know what I'm saying? That's why it happened. I know they was building up Tim Zoo and Thurman, but that fight was never signed. They kind of teased us with that shit. It was on the way to being done because why would Keith Thurman go all the way down to Australia for a tune-up? not to fight Tim Tszyu and build up that fight. So they just did a little okey doke because they seen that Xander Zayas fight won't gonna happen over money. So he vacated that belt, and then Tim Tszyu is a bigger fight for both of those guys. So they felt like that was it. Thurman, I know he ain't like that shit, right? So he'll probably either they'll give him another fight or he gonna wait for the winner. We'll see what happened, but yeah, that was the play. Um, he said, hold on, let me see. Thurman's a great fight. Yeah, I like that fight. Spencer he'll never fight him, so people can change their mind. I like it. Um, I'm with it. I mean, and I even like let me see. I can see I don't like this fight, but I can see it as a realistic fight because it's a PBC type of shit. If Spence goes up to 160 and try and challenge Arizona Lara, I don't like that fight for him. I think Lara may stop his ass. I'm gonna be honest. Lara is different at 160. He punching different, and you know what I'm saying. That would be a hard fight for Spence. I ain't gonna lie. I know. Lara is 41 and all this shit, but he ain't taking no punishment, and he's cracking. That'd be a tough fight. And Earl don't do well with southpaws. I don't really like that fight, but I can see PBC making that fight. But yeah, I like. I think if I was to pick Thurman's comeback fight, I mean not Thurman, Earl Spence comeback fight, I would do Virgil Ortiz. Do Virgil Ortiz, bro. I think that's a big fight. That's a big fight. And Dallas, yeah, they'll sell that shit out. Whatever the number is, they'll sell it out. You know what I'm saying? Both from there. They got both community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that. If not that one, I like to keep Thurman fight. Um, yeah. And then I don't know, whoever else. The one between Fundora and Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? But Pacquiao fight, I think that's shipped and sell. I think. But we'll see. Let me see. That Brock fight was good. Good promotion. Yeah, he promoted the hell out of that shit, didn't he? I like Spence Lubin or Spence versus Virgil. Yeah, Lubin, he gonna have an opportunity at the world title pretty soon. The IBF is gonna order a Lubin versus Mutazaliev probably in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that'd be good too. I'm with that. Especially if Lubin win that belt, that'd be good. How you think Spence would do at 160? It depends who he fight though. I think Lara is a bad matchup for him. I think Janabek is a bad matchup for him. But I think he would do good against guys up under that. Um, I think he may have to box a little bit more at 160 just to give him the size and the weight. Those guys is his size now. I think he can do well given the matchup. Okay, let's see. Kyron Davis is about to fight that Hernandez kid. So that would be a good gauge. He probably can do okay with those guys. That Hernandez kid is good. Kyron Davis is a good, tricky, strong fighter. So that would be the type of guys that he'll probably be fighting. But I don't know, man. I think he definitely would struggle with those southpaws. He would struggle with them. I don't know what it is, but he'll struggle with them. But let me see. The top. He should be able to beat some of those guys just off experience and shit like that. But I think he'll probably have to box some more. Um, but we need Spencer Thurman. Man, that shit got the storyline already built up. They can go off of that. You know, I'm just saying. I'm going off what they be saying about Spence stand on his word type shit. If he stay on his word, I don't know if that fight gonna happen. I know they was close to fighting when Crawford went to do his BLK Prime shit, but you know what I'm saying. Spence went back to the Crawford fight. I'm with that shit, yo. They can sell that. That's a good fight for him, honestly. I think that's a good fight. At 54, yeah, I like that too. Yo, I was trying to do my thing, man. Appreciate you. And do you believe Spence need a tune up on his comeback fight? I do. I do. But he said he don't need them, so I'm gonna go off what he said. If he don't need them, go straight to Virgil. go straight to Keith. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, as long as he been out the ring, I mean, he might as well go back to the big fight. Shit. He been out the ring for a long ass time, injuries, and well, he had eye surgery not too long ago, or whatever. Yeah, I think conventional wisdom is to have a tune up, but who gonna pay for that shit? Is he gonna go on Pro Box and have a little tune up fight? You know what I'm saying? Nope. So he in a position where he gonna get the big bag. So he'll wait until that big bag come. So I don't know. I say yeah, but the politics will say no. Yeah, Spencer Virgil and Dallas, I would go. Now that'd be a big card. Um, yeah, they should do it. You know what I'm saying? Why is the Gary and Andy fight so hard to negotiate? I don't think it's so hard to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just waiting on the right time to announce it. Like a lot of these fights, the fights that's hard to negotiate. Look, this is some knowledge for you right here. The fights that's hard to negotiate are the fights that everybody talk about all the time. What I mean by that is when they negotiate in public, those are the fights that are hard to negotiate. If you don't hear nothing about the fight being negotiated, it's not hard to negotiate. And you know if you know if it's quiet, it's more than likely it's gonna be on PBC. PBC don't really be they don't lay out their shit like they used to. So they got cards coming up, but it's not public information. So they probably just trying to deal with the logistics of what card we want to put that fight on. If we're gonna do Pacquiao, maybe not Pacquiao's card. Maybe we'll do it on the Tank Davis card. They just gotta finalize shit. But I don't think it's hard to negotiate. It's just because you don't hear about it. I don't mean it's hard. The ones that you hear about every day, man, we offered this. You know what? We came back and we went from 1.5 to 1.7. And then the other side, man, we gave them life changing money. And then go back and forth. Those are the fights that's hard to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Keep that shit in mind for sure. Leo versus Espinoza, who you got? I like Espinoza in that fight. I like Espinoza. I think Leo can do some good stuff, but he gonna have to be sharp that fight, keep his defense on point, and if he can invest in the body and leave some and if he can invest in the body, not get clipped with those awkward shots, he may have a chance. But I like Espinoza. He look real dangerous right now. Money. Hopefully, I can find out more. I don't know if it's a hard thing to negotiate with those guys. I think because Andy Harako is not like a big star over there, so him fighting on PBC might be his biggest thing. D'Lo in the building. What's good with you, bro? His biggest opportunity. Yeah, September. Yeah, I can see it on the anyway card, but I don't think it's like hard. They passed the deadline. You see my tweet? Yeah, they passed the deadline. Yeah, look, Adamas and that's Severmoff. They passed his mandatory. Their deadline was May the 6th. You know what I'm saying? We're about to touch June in a second. So I mean, I don't know if it's like hard, whatever. Because if it was so hard, like okay, peep game. If it was hard negotiations, it would have came out and they would just went separate ways, like Fondora and Xander Zayas. Like they put a deadline on there, but the week before the deadline, it came out that Fondora was gonna vacate. You know what I'm saying? A week before. So they was about to do a whole Zoom conference and everything to do the purse bid. So we haven't heard nothing about that. So it's not like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking they just working out the logistics. You know what I'm saying? PBC does well with keeping their negotiation out the public more than any promotional company. That's facts. Yeah, that's facts. Now a lot of shit get out, whatever, but that's everybody. You know what I'm saying? But they be keeping shit under the wraps. Like honestly, I don't know if y'all remember, but when Spence when Spence and Pacquiao fight got made and got announced, that shit was kind of shocking to me. I ain't gonna lie, because the whole build up, excuse me, the whole build up was Pacquiao and Bud. You know what I'm saying? And then even when they announced Canelo versus Jamel Charlo, I know everybody was talking about Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep negotiations off the public because we come on YouTube, one channel was spinning that way, the other channel spinning that way. These guys are listening to these channels. They go back and say, "Bro, what happened to my the?" They be listening, bro. Who's that girl who passed away again? Georgia O'Connor. I don't know much about her. I know she was like 3-0. I think she was dealing with cancer. I think that's what she succumbed to. But I didn't really know much about her. Foxy Brown, what's good with you? Salute. Yeah, I think it's over for him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's over for these guys if they're not willing to go back down like a certain level, right? If because he may want to get certain fights and certain money. A lot of these fighters may not want to go back down, excuse me, a level or two and just take less money and go fight a welcome back fight. Because honestly, he coming off with 2 losses, arguably 3 losses in a row. Inactivity, injuries. Maybe he should have took a under the radar type of fight. You know what I'm saying? But these guys ain't willing to risk their bag to go back and face a guy that's 15-6. You know what I'm saying? Just to shake the rust off. So that's why I be thinking it might be over for him. Because at a certain level at welterweight, bro, imagine if that was Brian Norman yesterday, hitting him with right hands. Been nasty. You know what I'm saying? And if the G female fighters, yeah, I don't really know much about the young lady. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's not related to boxing. No, it wasn't related to boxing. No, 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 no. So I know when you hear a boxer that passed a transition, you think, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's a boxing related, but no, it wasn't. How realistic is it that Boots and T.O. being made? Is it Boots' call? I think it is his call because T.O. don't got nowhere to go really. He don't want to fight Haney. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to you know he ain't in a position to fight Rolly. He don't want to wait for the winner between Hitchens and Cambosis, or he don't want to unify with nobody else. Yeah, I think it's up to Boots because Boots is the one that made the statement about unifying. This is my opinion. So I think it's realistic to be made because that's the fight Turkey said he wanted, and he normally get what he want. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't really like the fight, but there's other reasons. I think if they fight, I think it actually would be interesting though. You know what I'm saying? The number one guy at 40 versus the number one guy at 47. Like I think that's cool. The guy trying to be great. I just think Boots is got too much for Teofimo right now. I just think he got too much. She said, "Yeah, not happening in any way, shape, or form." Yeah, appreciate that, bro. It won't appreciate that, yo. Appreciate it. Help me understand the Brandon Lee situation. He's still with Warren still, but he fight on top rank card. Yes. So yeah, he signed with Frank Warren last year. He had like one fight under his banner. Um, he ain't been getting no fights, stuff like that. So yeah, he fighting on top rank card. That shit happens all the time. Um, honestly, I don't know why they signed him though. I don't see the logic of that. A Korean Mexican fighter based in California signing with a UK promoter, and I don't remember the last time Queensberry had their own card here. I'm not talking about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. I'm talking about their own card in the United States, like how Matchroom do. So I don't understand that. But yeah, but that happens all the time though. If you got a guy on a certain promotion company, like Top Rank do it all the time. They got how many times Kevin Davis fought on Pro Box? You know what I'm saying? Look at Terry Harper. She's a matchroom fighter. She fought on another promoter's card the other day. So I don't know if that's like a big thing. It's just the biggest thing to me with this though. I don't know if that's a good connection. Frank Warren and Brandon Lee. I don't know how good a connection that is. That Ortiz and Earl would be big in Dallas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like that. David in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Queensbury never had one over here. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I don't understand the move. And Brandon Lee been kind of he ain't been looking good lately in his last couple of fights. So we'll see how he look coming back. That's a good look for him though. Like honestly, him fighting on that card is actually not even a top ranked card though. That's Thomas Lamana's card. He promoting that card. It's gonna be on Top Rank and ESPN. It's gonna be on ESPN. You know, they got top ranked fighters on there. But if you notice, that's really a Rising Star Promotions card. That's Thomas Lamana's card. You know, he about to fight Charlo and shit. He got his own promotion company. So he is the one that's doing the venue and got the, all that shit. It's just like I mentioned earlier, Top Rank about to lose their network. So they need to keep their fighters active. So they put him on Thomas Lamana card. So they put him on the card. He's gonna do the card, but ESPN Top Rank gonna air the show. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put the card on that platform. But it's really it's really Thomas Lamana's card though. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. That's good for fighters that can't get opportunities with their own promoter or whatever, however the case may be. Um, so they can fight on different platforms. So that's good in a sense. Um, yeah, he's with Robert Garcia, still down there, a boxer and promoter. Yeah, Thomas Amanda been a promoter for a long ass time. Pirro, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Sometimes these promoters trying to play the fighters, taking their money. Yeah, nah, that's facts. We don't see Devin doing that. He should, because he in a certain type of tax bracket, so he ain't willing to do that. Man, the last thing I heard was he was taken to the hospital, and I haven't heard nothing after that. Man, I hope everything is good with him because that looked bad, bro, for sure. That looked bad, and that's two fights in a row where he looked like that. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully everything is good with him. I'm gonna have to check and see if I see something about him, but I haven't up until now. So yeah, that's what it is. That was a tough fight for the kid. Yeah, yo, we about to end May, and May was kind of ended kind of slow to me. June gonna be crazy. These guys have promotion companies with no fights. It's like a tax write off type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. These guys make their own promotion companies for like a tax or maybe an extra check, but they don't really have. It's like a front. You know what I'm saying? It's like a front because they don't have like the relationships with these venues and all this shit. They don't have all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's what separate just a regular promoter to like, oh, I just got my logo and I'm a promoter, getting a promoter's check. Because those guys really ain't. They might put one or two fighters on their card, but they don't do a whole card by themselves. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to though, with all the bread they make, right? That's what I'm thinking. But um, yeah, it's just a front. He has fighters, but yeah, I think he lost one though. Amari Jones. I think he lost some. Bro, Mike in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, man, that was tough to see, man. I hope, man. I was actually surprised when I saw that he was fighting that guy again. I was actually surprised because the first fight he looked like that. The first fight, and he got stopped. He said, "Yeah." So yeah, that promoter shit is tricky, but it's good for them though. They can get an extra check. I get it, but like it's crazy because like us fans, we listen to what these guys say. She said bad fight. We listen to what these guys say, and they say they own balls, they own promoter, but then we like, yo, bro, if dude don't want to pay you, or you feel like you're not getting a good purse bid by Top Rank and Sandor Martin, why can't you do your own card? You know what I'm saying? You're your own boss. That you know what I'm saying? That's why they just be talking. A lot of that shit just be talking because I feel like if you're your own boss, you can be like, okay, Matchroom tripping, PBC tripping, Top Rank tripping. Yo, we come over here do our own shit. That's what they did. That's what they've been doing their own career. But they had to tap in with the bigger promoters to get the fights that they want. You know what I'm saying? That's the word with Goodman, Australia, Cody Crawley, lost and forgotten. Um, yeah, Cody Crawley, he had an eye injury, and then yeah, he had an eye injury. So I don't know if he's gonna be able to get cleared. Goodman, Goodman just won his fight. He just suffering some bad luck with them cuts, but he should be good. Nah, Cody having issues. I seen an interview with him earlier doing some motivational stuff. Salute to him. But yeah, June gonna be crazy. I want to talk about June real quick before I close it out. But June, it's crazy. That first weekend of June gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying? I know we got other weekends that gonna be fire too. And I'll be back tomorrow. No, tomorrow I'll be back. We're gonna talk about the WBO rankings. Tuesday we're gonna talk about the upcoming fight week. But just real quick, yo, we got Keyshawn Davis coming back on the 7th. Um, we got Fabio Wardley on the 7th. We have an MVP card on the 7th. We got a Pro Box card on the 7th. Callum Sampson fighting on the 7th. Boxer card. That must be some type of boxing holiday or some shit. I know it's Hall of Fame weekend, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. On the 6th, you have a Salida Promotions card with Franchon Cruz defending her titles. You also have the heavyweight Brandon Moore. Uh, bro, June gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the first weekend I'm talking about, right? We got Junto Nakatani fighting uh, on Sunday, June the 8th. Jay Abataya fighting on June the 8th. You know what I'm saying? So those are two top guys that we get to see. So we get a bunch of names. Keyshawn, we got De Los Santos, we got Abdullah Mason on that card. Man, we gonna have a crazy weekend of boxing. I can't wait for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the last couple of weeks of May been kind of slow. The 14th, we got Hitchens and Cambosis. You know, that's an interesting fight. Andy Cruz fighting the title eliminator on that card. Brian Norman on the 19th, going to Japan. Man, it's a lot of shit popping this month. Galal Ufa, good to see him coming back. We got that card on ESPN Plus with Vito that we were just talking about with Brandon Lee on there. It's a lot of shit popping for June. You know what I'm saying? And then July gonna be even better. So yeah, man, we just getting started. You know what I'm saying? We just getting started. It's a lot of shit popping, and I can't wait for it. June, yes, June. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. The zone been giving me, yeah, for real, man. They got a card on right now. I'm about to go watch. Nah, for real though, the zone. I ain't gonna lie, yo, the zone been popping lately because they got the small cards, the big cards. They got Frank Warren, Matchroom, Golden Boy. Yeah, yeah, man, I'm with you too, bro. I like it like that. Man, say great cook. I appreciate you, bro, coming through the building. Yeah, I give him a shot. I think he has the opportunity to win that fight. Um, he got to fix his defense though. But that guy is strong, tough. He showed good chin. He been dropped. He been dropped before, whatever. Um, he got good power too. That can be a tough fight for Brian Norman. Let's see how well he traveled. You know what I'm saying? If Brian Norman is in Japan like the first week of June, he should be there the first week of June. Then I may feel a little bit better. But if he's getting there like after Keyshawn fight on the 7th or like a week, I don't like that shit. I like these guys to go ahead and get on out there. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a tough fight. I do give him an opportunity to win that fight, but I like Brian Norman. It's worth it to get the zone sub for the month of June. Can't say the same for the previous month. Now I'm with you. I'm with you. All the months don't really be hitting like that, but yeah, yeah, I'm with you. I got the year package. I'm locked in for a year, but nah, I'm with you though, because I was like that too. I look at the schedule, I be like, nah, this month ain't looking too hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this for this month. Now I come back the next month type shit, but I just locked in for a year. But yeah, man, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. I appreciate you guys' time. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna break down these new WO rankings for sure, and then Tuesday we're gonna talk about the upcoming fight week. So hopefully everybody enjoy the rest of your day. That's my time, and I'm out.